This is the lesson 4 video notes for how to distribute. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to look at the previous notes on page 1. We're now going to go to the curveballs of distributing. And again, we're going to focus on two major things, which is one, make sure you know what you're distributing and understand that each arrow is its own mash. We're not going to put all the signs together like we did with mash, multiplication. These are three separate. For example, example 1, first curveball is just here to show that it's not always two things that you're distributing to. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, and it could be 4, 5, 6, 7, you name it. It really doesn't matter as long as there's more than one person / term in the house. So in this case, what are we distributing? It's a 2, but again, I want you to emphasize the sign. It's a positive 2, so it's not going to change anything when we do this. Alright, so first arrow, no negative signs, makes the whole thing positive. Again, you guys know we don't have to write the plus sign, but I'm just going to show it. Mash the numbers, 2 times 3 is 6. Throw in the peas and the carrots. And this is where you have to slow down. Go back and we're going to now distribute that 2 to the second person term in the house. Now this arrow has one negative sign. Remember, this negative belongs to the 4y. So this second arrow actually ends up being a negative. Again, we mash the numbers. 2 times 4 is 8. Throw in the peas and the carrots. Third arrow over here. Again, positive and a positive. Not going to change it, so it stays positive. Take care of the numbers, and there are no peas and carrots for that. Distributing. Let's go to example 2. Now in this case, you'll notice that we are distributing a negative 4. This is important because that first arrow, you now know that you have a negative times a negative, which of course creates the positive. 2 negatives, always a positive. Mash the numbers, 20. Now the second arrow, similar. We've got a negative here, mashed with another negative that belongs to the x, again creating a positive. Mash the numbers, the only number is 4. Chuck in the peas and the carrots. Example 3. In this case, we're actually distributing just a sign. Now a lot of teachers talk about putting an invisible 1 in here. I don't waste my time. It's better for you guys just to know how to distribute signs. If we take this negative sign and distribute it to a positive 7, we know it's going to be negative 7x. If we take this negative sign and distribute it to a negative 3, the 2 negatives creates a positive, and there's nothing to change. In most of the classes that I teach, the kids end up loving distributed negative signs because there's really nothing to it. You just change the signs of what's inside. Finally, example 4. This is the curveball that really drives people nuts because there's really nothing to distribute. At least it looks like it. Now you can call this an invisible 1, or you can call it a visible plus sign. In either case, if you multiply by a positive or a 1, it absolutely changes nothing. So technically we are distributing, but just so you guys know, just bring them down without the parentheses. And that's it. You are officially ready to distribute.